Imagine, if you will, a city unlike any other, fortified by immense towering walls that seemed to scrape the very sky. These were not just ordinary barriers, but massive stone fortifications, built layer upon layer, designed to withstand the test of time and the threat of any enemy. The city of Jericho, nestled in the heart of the ancient world, was a marvel of engineering and a symbol of security for its people. Its walls were legendary, casting long shadows over the land and inspiring awe in all who approached. These walls were meant to be impenetrable, a testament to the ingenuity and determination of those who built them. For generations they stood as a silent challenge to would-be conquerors, daring anyone to try and breach their defenses. The gates were reinforced, the stones expertly fitted together, and the city's defenders ever watchful. To the people inside, these walls represented safety and the promise of a future. To those outside, they were an intimidating obstacle, a barrier that seemed impossible to overcome. But for the Israelites who had journeyed so far and endured so much, these walls were the final hurdle standing between them and the land they believed was promised to them by God. The city of Jericho loomed ahead, its walls a daunting reminder of the challenges that still lay before them. The Israelites camped outside, gazing up at the formidable structure, wondering how they could possibly succeed where so many others had failed. The desert wind carried whispers of hope and fear, as the people prepared for what would become a defining moment in their history. Then, in a moment that would echo through the ages, the impossible happened. With a mighty shout, the blast of ram's horns and the unwavering faith of the Israelites, the walls of Jericho began to tremble. Stones shook loose, dust billowed into the sky, and the ground itself seemed to roar in response. The impenetrable fortress crumbled before their eyes, collapsing in a thunderous cascade. The power of God, combined with the courage and obedience of the people, brought down what no army could breach. The city's defenses, once thought invincible, were reduced to rubble in an instant. In the aftermath, an entire city lay in ruins. The once mighty walls were now nothing more than scattered stones and broken dreams. The people of Jericho, who had trusted in their walls for protection, faced a new reality. The Israelites, standing amidst the debris, realized they had witnessed a miracle, one that would be told and retold for generations. The destruction of Jericho was not just a military victory, it was a turning point, a moment when faith triumphed over fear, and the impossible became possible. Yet even as the dust settled and the echoes of the collapse faded, the story of Jericho was far from over. Archaeologists and explorers have returned to this ancient site, sifting through layers of history, searching for clues about the people who lived, loved, and lost within these walls. Each stone unearthed tells a story of resilience, adaptation, and the enduring spirit of humanity. The ruins of Jericho have become a bridge between past and present, inviting us to reflect on the lessons of history and the mysteries that remain. For Jericho, the fall of its walls was not the end, but a new beginning. Life returned to the ruins, and over time, new generations built upon the foundations of the old. The city's story continued, shaped by the events of that fateful day, but never defined solely by its destruction. Hope blossomed among the stones, and the spirit of renewal took root where devastation once reigned. Today, as we walk among the remnants of ancient Jericho, we are reminded of the city's remarkable journey. The question still echoes through the ages: what rose from the ashes of ancient Jericho? The answer lies not just in the stones, but in the enduring legacy of hope, faith, and the unbreakable human spirit that continues to inspire us all. Nestled near the Jordan River in what is now the West Bank lies Jericho. This is no ordinary city. Jericho holds the title of the oldest continuously inhabited city on Earth. Archaeologists have unearthed layers of history dating back nearly 11,000 years. From the dawn of civilization, people have been drawn to this fertile oasis. Jericho stands as a testament to human resilience and our enduring connection to the land. Jericho's story is deeply entwined with the Bible. The book of Joshua recounts the dramatic conquest of the city. The Israelites, led by Joshua, marched around the city walls for 7 days. On the 7th day they blew their trumpets and the people shouted. The walls collapsed, and Jericho fell. This victory marked a pivotal moment in biblical history. It demonstrated God's power and faithfulness to his people. Jericho, one of the world's oldest cities, stands as a silent witness to countless stories of faith, courage, and transformation. Its ancient walls and winding streets have seen the footsteps of prophets, wanderers, and seekers. As the sun rises over the ruins, we are reminded that Jericho is not just a place on the map, but a crossroads of destiny where ordinary people encountered the extraordinary. Among the most remarkable stories is that of Rahab, a woman living within Jericho's formidable walls. When two Israelite spies sent by Joshua to scout the city arrived at her door, Rahab faced a choice that would change her life forever. Despite the danger, she welcomed the strangers into her home, hiding them from the city's authorities at great personal risk. Her courage was not born of certainty, but of hope, a hope that the God of Israel, whose mighty deeds she had heard about, would show mercy to her and her family. Rahab's faith was tested as soldiers searched for the spies, but she stood firm, trusting in a promise she could not yet see. In return for her bravery and belief, the spies pledged that she and her loved ones would be spared when Jericho fell. And so, as the city's walls tumbled down, Rahab and her family were saved, becoming part of a story that would echo through generations. Her faith, born in the shadows of fear, became a beacon of hope and redemption. Centuries later, Jericho's dusty roads would once again become the stage for miracles. It was here that Jesus of Nazareth, followed by crowds of hopefuls and skeptics alike, walked beneath the same sun that had shone on Rahab. The city, with its bustling markets and ancient stones, became a place where the divine touched the everyday, and where lives were changed in an instant. On one such day, a blind beggar named Bartimaeus sat by the roadside, his world shrouded in darkness. Hearing that Jesus was passing by, he cried out for mercy, undeterred by the crowd's attempts to silence him. Moved by his persistence and faith, Jesus called Bartimaeus forward and restored his sight. In that moment, Bartimaeus not only regained his vision, but also found new hope and purpose. His story reminds us that even those overlooked by society can experience profound transformation when faith meets compassion. But Jericho's miracles did not end there. As Jesus continued his journey, he encountered Zacchaeus, a wealthy tax collector known for his greed and isolation. Zacchaeus, curious and eager to see Jesus, found himself unable to push through the crowd, yet his determination led him to do something unexpected. He climbed a sycamore tree, hoping for just a glimpse of the teacher who was changing lives across the land. From his perch among the branches, Zacchaeus watched as Jesus approached. To his astonishment, Jesus stopped, looked up, and called him by name, inviting himself to Zacchaeus' home. This simple act of recognition and acceptance broke through years of loneliness and shame, offering Zacchaeus a chance at a new beginning. Overwhelmed by this unexpected kindness, Zacchaeus welcomed Jesus joyfully and pledged to make amends for his past. He promised to give half his possessions to the poor and repay those he had wronged. In Jericho, a city shaped by stories of faith and transformation, Zacchaeus' encounter with Jesus became yet another miracle, a testament to the power of seeking, the courage to change, and the hope that even the most unlikely lives can be renewed. Today, archaeologists have peeled back the layers of time at Tel Es-Sultan, ancient Jericho. They have uncovered remnants of the massive city walls described in the Bible. These discoveries provide tangible evidence of the biblical narrative. The ruins of palaces, houses, and fortifications offer a glimpse into the lives of the people who once called Jericho home. Modern Jericho thrives as a vibrant city. The legacy of its past is visible in its archaeological treasures, but Jericho is not frozen in time. The city is a bustling center of agriculture known for its production of dates, bananas, and citrus fruits. The air is sweet with the scent of orange blossoms, a reminder of Jericho's fertile land. Just outside Jericho, rising above the Jordan Valley, stands the Mount of Temptation. This rugged mountain is said to be the place where Jesus spent 40 days and nights fasting and resisting the temptations of Satan. Today, a Greek Orthodox monastery clings to the cliffs, offering breathtaking views of the surrounding landscape. Pilgrims from around the world climb the winding path to the monastery, reflecting on Jesus' sacrifice and the power of faith. When we think of Jericho, we are reminded of Zacchaeus and the sycamore tree he climbed to see Jesus. This tree, though long gone, symbolizes the lengths to which we must go to seek a connection with the divine. It reminds us that sometimes we must step outside our comfort zones, even climb a tree, to gain a new perspective on our lives and our faith. The story of Jericho is a testament to the enduring power of faith, a narrative that has echoed through the centuries, inspiring countless generations. Nestled in the heart of the ancient Middle East, Jericho stands as one of the world's oldest cities, its ruins a silent witness to the passage of time and the resilience of the human spirit. The city's legendary walls, once thought to be impenetrable, have become a symbol of the obstacles we all face in life, barriers that seem insurmountable until they are brought down by belief, courage, and unity. The walls that once seemed insurmountable crumbled before the faith of the Israelites. Their victory was not achieved through might or weaponry, but through unwavering trust and obedience to a higher calling. As the Israelites marched around the city day after day, their footsteps echoed with hope and determination. Each lap around those ancient stones was a testament to their collective resolve, a reminder that sometimes the greatest battles are won not with force but with patience and steadfast belief. Jericho's ruins whisper tales of miracles and redemption. The stones, weathered by centuries of wind and sun, seem to murmur stories of faith overcoming fear, of light breaking through darkness. These remnants are more than just archaeological wonders. They are living reminders of the extraordinary events that unfolded here, and of the enduring hope that springs from even the most unlikely places. As we gaze upon these ancient walls, we are invited to reflect on our own lives and the barriers we encounter. They remind us that even in the face of seemingly impossible obstacles, with faith, all things are possible. The story of Jericho encourages us to confront our own challenges with courage and perseverance. Whether we are facing personal struggles, societal barriers, or moments of doubt, the lesson remains the same. Persistence, hope, and trust can move mountains. The Israelites' journey around Jericho is a metaphor for the journeys we all undertake, sometimes long, sometimes arduous, but always filled with the potential for transformation. Jericho's story is an inspiration for us all, a beacon of hope in a world often shrouded in darkness. It reminds us that no matter how high the walls before us may seem, they are not unbreakable. The dawn that follows the longest night brings new possibilities, just as the sun rises over the ancient ruins, casting light on what once seemed lost. In our own lives, we can draw strength from Jericho's enduring message, finding hope in the promise that every barrier can be overcome. It teaches us that no wall is too high, no challenge too daunting, when we place our trust in something greater than ourselves. The legacy of Jericho is not just about ancient stones and fallen walls. It is about the triumph of faith, the power of unity, and the unyielding human spirit. As we face our own Jerichos, may we remember that with faith, perseverance, and the support of those around us, we too can overcome the impossible and write our own stories of hope and redemption.